Y'all, you want to see fascinating UFO videos and you want them to be real, authentic, and nitty gritty where you can get some detail. But it's rare for us to get a clip that's longer than 15 seconds, let alone actually has great detail to it. So today, I'm going to show you an incredible clip that was almost completely deleted from the internet. And it allegedly shows a training, a exercise going on by Lockheed Martin in Area 51, presumably using our reverse engineered craft and maybe some of the objects we use to reverse engineer. It's absolutely insane. Now, speaking of Lockheed Martin, since we're going to check out that video with those UAP, let's start with a very interesting idea of what we're making with the technology that comes from the stars, essentially. In the recent Casper Site documentary, where he actually goes to a crop circle to investigate, he gets to ask a few questions to the people around, and one gentleman mentions the fact that he actually saw a craft firsthand, and he was close enough to see the texture, and it wasn't smooth. He said this thing hovered and then took off, and it wasn't smooth. It had like ripples or like jagged pieces.
No light, no windows, no
No
cockpit?
windows, no doors, nothing. So it's very, very strange because I was.
Was it a shiny black or was it like
no,
dull?
No shiny. No, it was dark color, dark, and the surface it wasn't smooth. Surface was weird because
Like a matte finish, was
matte,
it? Yeah,
matte,
like a textured.
matte, texture like a matte, and it wasn't flat. It was slightly like goes up and down, up and down.
Oh,
up and down.
right.
That was weird.
Right.
It wasn't smooth.
Because that seems like anti-productive. If you wanted something to go fast in the sky, you'd think it has to be streamlined, smooth,
yes.
right? But this has got ripples.
Yes.
Weird.
And the weird thing is, I can see the shape still in my eyes. I can close my eyes and I see this thing.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? That's the thing. That's the thing.
See, like ripples, right? And what's wild about that is we think automatically, of course, you know, interstellar or extraterrestrial, some type of crazy non-human intelligent craft. But that may be one of our reverse engineered craft. As I'm about to show you a clip directly from Lockheed Martin, before I show you the UAP clip that tells you what they're working on, and they call it living metal. Smash like and check this out.
New materials that are on the lab bench right now, they can literally change shape on command. They can become almost a muscular material.
We could have an airplane that optimizes its shape for the different flight conditions it's in.
Now listen to how they're talking about this material. If we push this further, who's to say we can't have our own shape-shifting craft in the sky that has strange textures and can maneuver in ways unknown to most people? Well, it seems that that's what's happening, as there's a new clip that's out that was actually posted, then got removed. Of course, people saved it before it got removed, and someone reposted it on TikTok, and then that got removed, and we see people battling for ownership of this video. It's wild, but it showcases someone literally sneaking around and getting footage of testing happening in Area 51 with off-world craft, possibly reverse engineered by non-human intelligence, possibly non-human intelligence craft, possibly both. This video is absolutely insane. If it's real, we're still trying to verify the source, but since the original is now gone, people are trying to actually track down the owner, but multiple people are claiming ownership. It's wild, but I want to hear your thoughts on this in the comments below. What's going on here?
Looks like another vehicle's arriving. It went in through the front gate and it's now driving down the test area. As the sun started to set behind the mountains, I got settled into my observation point for the night. First thing I noticed is that more and more vehicles were arriving as the sun was going down. After about 5 or 6 vehicles entered the facility, things kind of calmed down. I wasn't sure if I was going to see anything, but after a while sitting there in the dark, things started to get interesting. The first thing I noticed was a light appeared on the ground. It was too faint for me to see with the naked eye, but through my nods it showed up very bright. This was indicating to me that the hatch was most likely opening to the underground silo. Wow, this looks crazy. You got it rotating up there on that pylon. Security truck down there making another pass. I don't know why they have their hazards on. Well, an aircraft just came up out of the hole. So it looks like they are going to do an RCS, radar cross section test tonight. That's super cool. Honestly didn't think I was going to see anything, but here we are. If any video is going to get me accused of being a Chinese spy, it's going to be this one. Keep in mind, if this isn't the clearest video in the world, it's being filmed at over 1.5 miles away, probably close to 1.5 miles away, and in pitch dark conditions. Like there's no lights. They killed all the lights on the runway. They really didn't want this to be filmed. But I've got my PVS-14 night vision device here, and I have that stacked with my spotting scope. And yeah, hopefully this is going to come out cool. I can make out the vague shape of the craft. I can see the nose, and it looks like 2 vertical fins. I think the aircraft is upside down. They're spinning it around too. So
Those look like TR-3Bs. It looked like the beam that abducts, but it didn't look like it was doing that, and it didn't look so bright. It looked like maybe it was scanning. Like he said that they were going to do some tests. So I'm blown away, but if that's real, this is insane, and it's really showcasing how far we've come in this technology. And what's crazy is that it's not just the night spent over at Area 51, but one of the people that claim that this is theirs is saying that this testing was being done there by Lockheed Martin. I just showed you that clip about them doing their living metal. I'm obviously not telling us that they're reverse engineering, but showcasing what they're creating with that stuff, quite possibly. Next, we have another wild clip. This comes from Buzzsaw_studio, who saw a triangle over Colorado Springs, and he actually captured it on camera. What you're seeing isn't actually a video. He took a picture, and his phone, I don't know if you know, with iPhone live photos, it's like a loop. So he says you're going to see a light that's like circling, and that's going to look very strange, but it's not a UFO. It was just a helicopter. He said that it was there for a while and it was circling. But if you look up at the stars, you're going to see a strange triangle, possibly triangular shaped craft. It looks like maybe a dot or a sphere at the bottom, and then a row of crafts at the top, and they are in a delta formation. And you'll notice it because as the stars kind of move across the sky in the loop, they don't move. They stay in place. Like that is something or several things that are there in the sky, and it makes no sense. And you know what else makes no sense? That half of you guys aren't even subscribed. So smash that subscribe button and check this out. I do find it very weird, and it captured the movement of the helicopters. So, you know, it's accurately capturing the scene, and whatever that was fixed in the sky. And it potentially huge, depending on how far off it was. That's pretty incredible, if you ask me. And if you thought it was incredible, you might also enjoy those UFO videos right there. You might get a little thrill out of the paranormal videos right here. Get a little laugh out of the videos where we read Reddit. Check out all the videos.